That's why poetry readings for me can just go die. Because it's like all those, you ever seen poets? What a miserable fucking bunch for the most part. I mean, there's a few shining stars here and there, but there's a lot of substitute teachers who teach like at Harbor College in Long Beach, and they dress in 800-year-old corduroys, and they drive fucked up Toyota Corollas, and they write really shitty stuff. And they only write poems for the other asshole poets in the room. And this is for you, Stuart, okay? This is a revenge poem for your accusatory poem last week at the Long Beach Alcoholics Anonymous Poetry Slam Night, okay? And here it is. And you're like, God, I want to break somebody's ass right now. So I shy away from reading stuff because I feel like such a fucking sitting target up here. So I am loath to read, but I will anyway, because I'm paying tribute to Jean-Pierre. I love that guy. And anyway, here we go. This is for December 6th, 1987. And I had done this long tour with a band, made a record, and then struck out by myself going across the continent doing talking shows. And I ended up in Zurich, Switzerland with like no money and a plane ticket. And I have to rely on our band promoter, a guy named Rop, a Dutch guy, who put together this thoroughly horrible indie tour. We all starved to death. And some of you have been on the road in those kind of bad tours where you have a great time, but it's like kind of an avant-garde camping trip where every day you starve, but you have a great time and you come back, that was the best, man. And 10 years later, you're like, yeah, man, those were the days, you know, when this shit was real. And when everyone leaves the room, you're like, what a piece of shit that tour was. Business class fucking rocks, but when everyone asks you, no, man, I'd rather sleep on the floor, man. Keeping it real. As soon as they leave, boof, on the big bed, you know. So, anyway, here's this like one page of a crappy journal entry. So it's December 6, 1987, en route to USA. To avoid enervating myself any further, I will not go into great detail. The facts alone are gruesome enough. The show in Zurich was great. 120 advance tickets were sold. I went on stage for 80 minutes. It was a good time. It was the last good thing there was. I had planned to go to Venlo, Holland with Rop and take a train to Amsterdam and fly out at 10:45 a.m. Old Rop and I are blasting down the highway in Germany, and his car starts making this dying sound, and lots of smoke starts coming out of the engine. We pull over, sensing there might be some automotive problems. Rop has a magic car. It made all the oil and water disappear. Tried to start it, it wouldn't turn over. Finally got it to start, and it limped to a service station 30 kilometers down the Autobahn. Make a note that standing on the Autobahn at 3 o'clock in the morning is not as great as several thousand other things I've done in my life. Also, when a Porsche Turbo passes you at over 175 kilometers an hour, it nearly tears all your clothes off. Rop calls a serviceman from the station. He's coming in 20 minutes. We go up to the road to get some coffee. We go into the roadhouse, and there's all these drunk guys in there singing. It's another Saturday night in old Deutschland. We go back to the gas station and check out the girly magazines while waiting for the serviceman to come. The naked woman pictures cause great pain and a feeling of unrest and other vile, pathetic states. I switch to motorcycle magazines. The serviceman comes in and informs us that the engine is shot and it will last another 10 kilometers. A pity, only about 700 short of Amsterdam. We take a cab to the train station. We take a train to Dusseldorf. We take a cab to the airport and inquire as to the availability of flights to Amsterdam. It is now 7:30 a.m. There are no flights to Amsterdam, but there is a flight to Frankfurt I could catch if I was lucky. I might be able to get a connecting flight to Amsterdam arriving at 10:10 a.m. She doesn't think I'm going to make it. We consider taking a cab there in hopes of catching the Frankfurt-Amsterdam flight. I buy a plane ticket. Rob hails a cab and we split. The cab driver is driving very fast. He's very scared. His fear, however, does not stop him from catching little naps in spontaneous lane changes. We get to the airport in Frankfurt, 400 Deutschmarks later. It's 5 minutes before 9 a.m. The lady says, forget it, the plane is gone. Apparently there's a 15-minute walk from the ticket counter to the gate. I can trade in my ticket with Lufthansa and leave for LA right out of Frankfurt. The lady says it's going to cost some money. She refunds my ticket and then charges me a mere $100 for changing flights. $411 later, I'm away, far, far away from Rob. Not bad. He managed to wipe out a week's worth of my gig money in one night. Now I can't even afford to pay my rent. I run myself in overdrive and I can't even afford to pay my rent. What a rotten fucking business I'm in. And that was a long time ago. And so, oh, thank you. And that's that really shitty thing at readings. He reads the shit, and then you have to go like... So, it's like being in class, like he's gonna read again. Okay,